radioangelus.accracatholic.org. For a total Catholic radio experience, Radio Angelus is your best choice.
Hello, good evening. You're welcome to the Mystery Zone, the zone where we make known the unknown with narratives involving real people at real places. This is a zone where we explain the unexplained. My name is Josie Anderson, your regular host. Tonight on the Mystery Zone, we would be digressing a little bit. Once more. Like we promised you guys some time ago that probably once every month, we'll digress and do something that is a little different from what we usually do. Today, we'll be talking Nigerian politics. Politics advisably, because we'll be looking at, setting our searchlight on the nation's political happenings towards election 2023. Remember, the Mystery Zone is about ecumenism. We encourage interreligious dialogue and religious tolerance. We have zero tolerance for insults, needless name calling, and intellectual dishonesty. Feel free to offer alternative viewpoints as strongly as you can, but we only demand of you to do so with recourse to decorum and civility. Remember, the views shared by our panelists, contributors on the Mystery Zone are solely and entirely those of the individuals and do not in any form or shape represent those of Radio Angelus. I repeat, the views, comments, opinions shared, by whatever form or shape by our viewers, contributors, panelists do not in any form or shape represent those of Radio Angelus. The show is sponsored by Ini Royal Ghana. Ini Royal gives you the best natural fruit juice to boost your immune system and also help you live a very healthy life. For a perfect blend of natural goodness for your events, call Ini Royal GH on 055 9678 030 055 96 78030 or 0543 146542 0543 146 542. When you call 542, yes, 0543 146 542. When you call, just tell Auntie Ruby that Jose asked you to call her, and she would give you a handsome discount. The show is also sponsored by Food 101. In fact, this is the brand, one of the best brands when it comes to food, enterprise. We say this is the brand we absolutely love. This is a brand you can trust. Call Food 101 for your corporate home and event catering. You should also try their soups and stews. They make your life so easy. For healthy homemade food, contact Food 101 on 020 817 5025 020 817 5025 or 050 1585323 050 1585323. Remember, the show is interactive. Send in your views, questions, and comments via WhatsApp on 055 1000 300 055 1000 300 or via Facebook at Radio Angelus Ghana. Facebook at Radio Angelus Ghana. You can also tweet at me at Anderson Jose. Anderson Jose. Tonight on the Mystery Zone, like we said earlier, our searchlight would be directed on the nation Nigeria. And, we'll be doing that pretty soon because we have a very, 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 we call him a, renegade. I mean, he's a tried and tested political activist. He will be joining us from the Republic of Ireland to do justice to some of the issues that we would be raising tonight regarding Nigeria Decide 2023. I will take a quick break, and when we come back, the show continues. And do me a favor, get on that phone, call that friend or special friend of yours. Tell them that tonight's program is for them. We're discussing Nigeria 2023. Will it be a two-horse race, or the nation should get ready for a looming upset, political upset, that would actually shake the foundations, the political foundations of that country in recent times? We'll be right back after this short break. listeners here, welcome back to the Mystery Zone, the zone where we make known the unknown with narratives involving real people at real places. This is a zone where we explain the unexplained. Tonight, we're discussing Nigerian politics, or politics made in Nigeria. We are looking at, the elections of 2023, presidential elections of 2023. There is this, suggestion that, well, it's going to be a two-horse race, but some interesting dimensions are taking place where it is beginning to look like there will be a major upset. Well, tonight we would, try as much as possible to unpack all these, matters and put them in proper perspective, and then we'll see how it goes, and we'll see who will take over from the current president, H.E. Mahmoud Buhari. Hello, Obi, are you there? Hello, yes. Obi, can you hear me?
Good evening.
Good. So, I would actually invite you pretty soon, and just pay, good attention to the following, bits and pieces that we picked up whilst putting this program together. Probably when we are done, we normally call it our, thesis statement. Sometimes we call it editorial. But probably just listen and, we'll pick your input afterwards. Is that fine? Is that fine?
It's a struggle to hear you, actually.
Wow. Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's a struggle.
Can you hear me now?
Well, yes, I can hear you.
Good. I'm saying that we'll just, do bits and pieces, just what we normally call or refer to here as our thesis statement, or if you like, editorial. We'll go through it, and then afterwards I will invite you to make your input. Is that fine?
Okay, if I hear you correctly, you're asking for my input in
the
assessment of the...
Not really. I'm saying that we are going to do our thesis statement in studio. So I just want you to pay attention. And when I'm done, I will invite you to make your input. Is that fine?
Wow. Please, could you call me back? Because...
Wow. Okay. Well, listeners, you're still live on Radio Angelus via www.radioangelus.com. And this is the Mystery Zone, the zone where we make known the unknown. We are having, a little difficulty connecting with our guest, but we would, put him on as soon as we are, we are done connecting with him, because tonight's program is very, very, very crucial. We need to get his input. It's very, very important, very, very relevant to what we have prepared, since he's someone who has actually, who has been in the thick of affairs. I mean, he has, been very, 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 very interesting political animal in that part of the world. So we'll put him on again, and then we'll see how it goes. We'll be right back after this short interlude. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me clearly? Is it very clear?
Well, yes, I think I can hear you now.
Is it better now? Is it better?
Well, I don't want to say it's better, but I can hear you.
Yeah, because we can hear you loud and clear. I just wanted to, to find out whether you're okay. I mean, if you can hear me loud and clear, at least we can make progress. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. If it continues this way, it's okay.
Okay. Then that's fine. Yes, I was making a point that I will take you through our thesis statement or probably our editorial. This is what we normally do in studio. There's bits and pieces that we pick together, that we put together, and probably afterwards I will invite you to make your input. Already we have taken almost 30 minutes of our time, trying to connect with your network and all that. Is that fine? Is that okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
No, I'm saying that I would go through our thesis statement in studio, and when we are done, then I would get you for your input. Is that okay?
That's okay. That's
fine. Well, listeners, if you just joined us, this is the Mystery Zone, the zone where we make known the unknown with narratives involving real people at real places. We are so sorry for the late start of the program. Sometimes some of these things happen. Technology can, sometimes take you unawares. Well, that is what it is. Yes, tonight on the Mystery Zone, our searchlight, like we said earlier, will be directed on the nation Nigeria. Someone may ask, why Nigeria? Well, it is a statement of fact that if Nigeria gets it right or wrong, it will definitely have an implication on the rest of the sub-region, if not the entire African continent. Now, come February 25th, 2023, Nigerians would queue to elect a president and vice to obviously take over from the current president, H.E. Mahmoud Buhari. Now, there is a general feeling, especially among, young people, that Buhari did not or has not really lived up to expectation. There have been a series of arguments being made by some activists, they contend or they sort of, opine, for example, that on the issue of exchange rate, they argued that Goodluck Jonathan, the ex-president, handed, His Excellency Mahmoud Buhari a currency that was trading at 170 naira to $1. But as we speak, you need as much as 700 naira or more to purchase $1. That's about 400% or more increment. This, in their view, represents a monumental failure as far as, Buhari's stewardship is concerned. They also, among other things, contended that the issue of insecurity has become the big elephant as far as, the Nigerian political, or geographical landscape is concerned. In fact, they said that traveling by road to anywhere in Nigeria has become a very risky venture or a very risky enterprise, not because of accident, but because of armed bandits, kidnappers, etc. For them, Buhari also failed woefully when it comes to, the issue of tackling insecurity in that part of the world. Another point they raised has to do with the issue of unemployment. They argue that Buhari supervised over joblessness and job insecurity. Again, they said when it comes to the issue of education and respecting the sanctity of the school academic calendar, obviously the story is too bad to the extent that ASU strike, that's ASUU strike, appears to be the nail that breaks the camel's back. So these and many other pointers allegedly strengthens the the argument made by some people to the effect that it would be an error to have somebody, campaign based on the track record of APC. They also said that as for PDP, they know them, like we say in Ghana, they know them dada. They know them from day one. Therefore, it will be a tall order, for them to recapture power any time soon, because their stewardship was nothing to write home about. Now, this is the catch. There's this other gentleman from, the Labour Party. He is their presidential candidate for the elections 2023. His name is Mr. Peter Obi. There have been different opinion polls, that have put him ahead of other candidates. Now, tonight, we will try to make sense of the various polls that put Peter Obi in a comfortable lead ahead of his other contenders. We would also find out whether these polls have worked in the past. For example, were these polls relevant in terms of determining the outcome for the late Yar'Adua's presidency? What about Goodluck Jonathan? What about his H.E. Buhari part 1 and 2, or first and second term? Should other contenders be worried about the potential emergence of a third force? Is it the time for those who predicted a straight fight or a straight contest between Tinubu and Atiku to start revising their notes, looking at the outcomes of the various opinion polls that clearly point to H.E. Obi's presidency? What would Ahmed Tinubu's presidency mean for Nigerians? Are Nigerians willing to submit to APC for another 4 or 5 years? What would Atiku's presidency mean for Nigeria? How different would he perform considering the antecedents of other northern presidents that Nigeria has had? What about, what would Peter Obi's stewardship mean for Nigeria or Nigerians? Why are young people passionate about Obi's presidency? What is giving them the assurance that Peter Obi is a classical definition of a new Nigeria? The issues are packed, but we promise to unpack them systematically only on the Mystery Zone. Joining us tonight to make sense of all these issues that we have raised in our editorial is Comrade Obinna. He is the controller, World Bridge Group, MSc holder in FinTech, Dublin Business School, Ireland. Mr. Obinna Okoronkwe, welcome to the Mystery Zone.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Good evening, viewers and listeners.
Wonderful. We are so happy having you join us once again. And I remember last time when we had this conversation, you were like, well, let's see what happens. Probably when it's about 2 to 4 months to the elections, probably the narrative would have changed, and that may some way, somehow affect your assessment that you made at the time, that, well, you believe that the fight is a straight one between Atiku and Tinubu. I don't know whether you have changed your mind, or you still stand by that school of thought that the incoming presidential elections in Nigeria come February 25th, will still be a contest between Atiku and Tinubu. Do you still stand by that assertion, or you have changed your mind?
Well, thank you. Well, I don't think that's exactly my position the last time. I'm just saying that from the event of during our last interface, I just felt that those two guys had upper hand more than Mr. Pitobi. For today, if you ask me to make the same assessment, I would say Pitobi is also in the race. That's the much I can say. But I won't be able to say, this is a two-horse race or something. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, listeners, if you just joined us, this is the Mystery Zone, the zone where we make known the unknown with narratives involving real people at real places. Tonight, we are discussing Nigeria 2023. You know, as we all know, come February 25th, the citizens will queue to elect the new president that would obviously take over from Buhari. Now, I mean, because we don't have enough time, I think I would want to, maybe, try as much as possible to touch on so many of the issues that we raise. Now, there's this argument that, for instance, the presidential candidate of APC, Tinubu, he keeps on saying that, he is going to stop from where he's going to start from where Buhari stopped. Or he's going to, if you like, campaign on the records of Buhari. And many people have argued that, I mean, if that is the case, should I say, presidential hopeful, or his presidential ambition is dead on arrival because Buhari doesn't really have a record to start with. For instance, what record is he talking about? Is it the more or less the perennial strike by ASU? Is it insecurity? Is it, what do you call it, power outages here and there? Is it bad roads? What record is he campaigning on? And what exactly, which job is he gonna continue? I mean, what do you call it, Buhari, where exactly has he stopped? And where is Tinubu gonna continue? So in a nutshell, the argument is that the man's political ambition is dead on arrival because the person that he's trying to succeed, for example, has no, more or less proper track record, so to speak. I don't know whether you share that sentiment from where you sit.
Well, like you said, from where I sit, I am not the spokesperson of the candidate of APC. All right. So if he says he wants to, start possibly from where the current president would stop, he should be in the best position to explain that. But it's not entirely true that this current government have done nothing. You see, it depends on which sector you want to assess. It depends on where you are assessing it from too.
Insecurity, right? For example. Insecurity, for example. Globally, I mean, they fared woefully. Yes, we are listening.
Yeah, globally, the economy is down. Globally, the inflation rate is at double digits in most even developed countries. So when you come back in this isolated end of Nigeria and you say this man has done nothing and nothing to write home about, I don't think it's entirely true.
Yeah, but let's look at facts and figures. Facts and figures. Goodluck Jonathan handed him a currency that was trading at 170 naira to $1. And today, whoever that is going to come, or whoever that is going to succeed Buhari, for instance, is going to inherit, a currency that is trading over $700 per, 700 naira per dollar. That cannot be something to be proud of, don't you think?
Yes, it's not something to be proud of. Goodluck Jonathan handed over a certain amount of level when it comes to our FX. Then you also say, Goodluck Jonathan, the amount of subsidy that government was paying at that time has almost tripled in this. So this is fuel consumption. You're saying during Goodluck Jonathan, people were happy, people had money, but we are consuming less fuel then. Then during this government, people are poor, people don't have cars, people don't use generators, but we are paying 3 times the subsidy we are paying then. So there's something the people, when I say the people, every other person apart from the president is not telling us. When you talk of figures, why is the figure, why are we very poor? Why are we very poor? Meanwhile, we are consuming more fuel. What are we doing with the fuel as poor people? Why are we paying? Do you know that there is no government that will take over from the present one we have today, which have clearly come to explain to us how he is going to deal with the present issue of subsidy? How are you going to deal with it? Because everybody is just sweet, giving you this kumbaya kind of campaign. I will do this, I will do that. But our problem as a nation is simple. We are spending more than we generate. So how are you going to solve that? We don't have any other issue at the moment, apart from this issue of we make $1 billion and we spend 2 billion on subsidy.
Well, yes. Well, fine. That can be, well, we can have that conversation anyway. Like I said, we don't have much time, so we'll be rushing some of the topics. I mean, it's unfortunate that maybe you want to proceed, but let's touch on these second issue that is very, very important, and that is the issue of insecurity. You understand? So one of the things that we picked up when we are preparing for this show has to do with the issue of insecurity in Nigeria as we speak. In fact, traveling from one part of Nigeria to the other via road or through the road network is now more or less a tall order, a very, very risky adventure. Not because the roads are bad, not because maybe there are no cars, but because of insecurity, because of probably somebody who left his home in the morning, that he's moving from Lagos to Benin or Lagos to somewhere in the east, may end up being kidnapped on the road, before he or she gets to his destination. And the menace is more or less on the increase, and there is no solution in sight. And this is one of the weapons that those who claim that, look, that Tinubu's presidential ambition is dead on arrival because the one that he is seeking to succeed, for example, has done nothing when it comes to the issue of insecurity. So if he is telling the people of Nigeria that, look, he's going to start from where Buhari stopped, then that more or less will not fly. What do you make of that? That assertion argument?
No, the simple truth here is we had a little bit of this conversation the last time. None of these presidents will be able to fight insecurity without the cooperation of the citizens. The main reason why this government is not able to fight insecurity is because the insecurity you see in the country today is political and is mainly managed by saboteurs, those who want the present government to fail for their own political gains. The insecurity you see is not organic. It's artificial. It's created by human beings, by these criminal politicians, for their own political gain. And when we talk of these politicians, they are cross-board. They are in APC, they are in PDP, they are in Labour Party. They are everywhere. Look, if today the whole country becomes very peaceful and everywhere is no bomb, to whose gain? You think the opposition will want that to happen? It won't be to their gain. See, let's understand that we are dealing with a set of human beings who don't value us anymore, but they value their ambition. All right?
Yeah.
So when you talk of insecurity, you ask yourself, why are the criminals in Nigeria so bold today? From the north to the south to the east, everywhere they are today, they are very bold. Why?
But I think that question should go
they are not organic. It's not because they're not organic criminals. It's because they have bosses somewhere. If they are organic criminals, they will come in the night. They will come hiding. But they come openly because they have bosses somewhere.
But we have someone that has been elected and being paid by taxpayers' money and he is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. In fact, all the security apparatus are under his control. So this business of blaming opposition is more or less, throwing hands in the air and blaming everybody, all but but himself.
No, that is not the way to look at it. You see, one man's terrorist is another man's activist. America will say the Afghanistanis are terrorists. They will say they are freedom fighters. So you take it back to my own end. The government will say the man who is carrying guns openly in the southeast is a terrorist. Then I say no, he's my brother. He's a freedom fighter. The government go say the man in Sokoto is a bandit, is a criminal. The people there say no, he's my brother. He's fighting for us. My brother, what do you want the government to do?
But the government is elected to provide, to provide solution, not probably to complain or to sort of, push the whole thing back to those who elected him. From your submission, it seems that, the government has no solution to the problem. That is what it means. And that is an admission of failure.
Take it from 1960. You will see that it seems that the government don't have any solution. From 1960, first we looked at the whole thing, we say, our problem is we need independence. When we got independence, we say, if we need to crush the regional system of government, we'll crush it. We say, no, regionification is killing us. We say, no, it's not the military, now it's democracy. So the problem is that this is a people who don't even want to own their country. That is the difference between the developed world and the countries you see that are not developed. Look at Rwanda today. What is going on in Rwanda? Why is Rwanda succeeding? Is it because just one man is doing it? No, it's because the people are cooperating. The people are all part of it. Security cannot work without community policing. I cannot know the kidnapper, someone who is a kidnapper, and I know this man is a kidnapper, is my neighbor, and I will not tell the police. I'm expecting the police to do what? To become a voodoo master and decode that man. No way. All over the world, we need the cooperation of the community for security to work. And these criminals are bold because they know the communities are not cooperating with the government. Rather, the communities are cooperating with them. I don't know. I don't understand what we really want this government to do. All government, you bring P2B today, you still have the same issue. You bring Tinubu, you have the same issue. You bring Atiku, they are not telling you people anything. P2B is not telling us what he will do to subsidy. Atiku is not telling us that.
Well, listeners, if you just joined us, this is the Mystery Zone.
This one comes. What?
The zone where the unknown is made known with narratives involving real people at real places. Tonight we are discussing politics Nigeria, politics made in Nigeria. We are beaming our searchlight at that part of the world, given the fact that come 2023, February 25th, to be precise, the citizenry would queue to elect a new president. And we are trying to interrogate the three front runners and to see what they have, in store for the people of Nigeria. Yes, Obi, sorry, I think you wanted to land before I cut in. So please land quickly so that we can look at, for instance, assuming that Tinubu, happens to win the election come next year. I want you to think about it. I mean, what would it mean? What would his presidency mean for the people of Nigeria? Having followed his antecedents, having followed his, politics right from the time that he was Lagos State governor and became a kingmaker or or call it, godfather or something. And you have also followed, what do you call him, this man, Atiku, right from when he was the vice president, to, I think, to Obasanjo. So, and then we'll also examine these, the new kid on the block, that is Peter Obi. So we'll look at, what their potential presidency would mean for the people of Nigeria and other matters arising. Yes, you wanted to land on the point that we are making about insecurity, before I cut in. So proceed, please.
Well, yeah. Yeah, the point I was just making is the Nigerian people should interrogate these people more. Don't just base this whole thing on the lump sum of sentiments. So this one is a thief. Oh, this one, when he comes, he will not steal. Get them to speak to you more. Then when it comes to the three front runners,
yes.
Well, for this program, we might choose to say Kwankwaso is not a front runner, but which I doubt. You see, Tinubu has been a governor of Lagos State.
Yes.
And we can't take it away that he did quite commendably well in Lagos State as a governor.
Is there any data to support that?
Atiku was just a vice president, so you can't necessarily say much about what his capacity. And today, if you look at what Tinubu is saying, I tried to read some of his documents the other day. I believe that Tinubu can get us to a new phase in terms of revenue, because at this point we don't have alternative source of revenue, generating revenue as a country. And I think that tends to be Tinubu's strong point. Okay,
that's
because if you look at how he was able to, raise the IGR of Lagos State, then we won't be doubting when he says that he will replicate the same thing in the federal level. P2B is talking more of prudency, that he will cut down government expenses, and which is also quite commendable. But at this point, I don't think our problem is cutting down our expenses. I feel more our problem is not having so much to spend.
Okay.
Because if you say our problem is cutting down on expenses, then you will say, why didn't Buhari, so to speak, succeed? Because Buhari was more of that prudent idea, managing the resources, ensure we don't spend so much. But PDP is more of try and get more ways to get money, spend more money, and of course we all enjoyed that government. And that seems to me like what Tinubu is preaching. Tinubu is telling us that, see, I will not depend on oil to run my budget, which is highly remarkable. These are the kind of things we need to hear. We need to know where we want to do developments, to run capital projects. We need to know when, how, all right? But if someone is just coming to tell you, I will do this, and it seems to be it's just the oil money, then nothing new will come up, really.
Yeah, but Obi, before you continue,
production. But for us to move out of consumption to production, we have to move from a consuming human being to the industries then before we can produce. We don't have any industry at the moment.
Yeah, comrade.
So comrade. Out of consumption.
Comrade. Before you continue. Yeah, hello, comrade. Yeah, before you continue. If you are saying that Tinubu, did indicate that he would not rely only on revenue coming from oil to do what ought to be done as far as development in Nigeria is concerned. And don't you think that he was being economical with the truth? So where is he going to get, if you like, this additional money? And mind you, he's been with APC all this while for the past 8 or 10 years or so. So why hasn't he been able to tell them that, look, you guys, just look beyond this oil, revenue generating business and look at this direction. So unless you are telling me that he has got that idea but decided to conceal it until he is given the nod to lead, as the president before he can, if you like, articulate these magical idea of raising revenue apart from, the regular oil that you and I know. And I don't want to believe that you really, really bought into that narrative wholesale. Did you?
Well, you see, don't make me his spokesperson, okay? I'm just trying to relate to the people what they are saying to us. It's not me saying this thing, okay? But you see, every new player must come to the pitch with something different. Okay, all right. There is no matter how in the reserve, I can tell the people playing, bros, when you get into there, do it this, do it. But when I'm the one playing, there's definitely going to be something I will come in with. And that's the way to look at it. No matter how you say, why didn't Tinubu say this to them? Why did he must have something, a different taste for the Nigerian people. He must have something that is different that he will give to the Nigerian people. Yes, he's the same party. Yes, he's a leader of the party. Yes, why didn't he say this in the last 7 years? That's all valid. But he must have something to give the Nigerian people. Because one, okay, what if he has something that he needs to drive with ministers, special advisors? Does he have the ministers as a party leader? No. Does he have the special advisors to do this thing? Does he have the National Assembly? So there's a lot more, one can do if you are the one driving, and if you are just, sitting somewhere, maybe not even the sitting on the passenger side, they're just sitting somewhere around the bus. Okay, but I'm not speaking. You see, I don't want us to leave this evening with the impression that I'm speaking for any of these candidates. No, all right. But this is what he's saying, and for me, as a finance person, I feel this is what our problem is. We just have one source of income, revenue, and this is a big problem on us. Russia will just do one bomb one day. The next morning we are hungry, we are poor. They fight one here. We are, this is no longer sustainable. A country where you have over 60 million strong men and women, it is no longer sustainable. So if he's saying that when he comes, that he has other ways, maybe bring more people into the tax net, maybe, expand our agric net and all that, good luck to him. But for me, what Peter B is saying is prudency. He will cut down on spare expenses, he will cut down on this and cut down on this and cut down on that. That is also fine. But we don't have at the moment. So what do you want to cut down? We are owing everybody. We don't have anything. So what are you cutting down?
Well, listeners, if you just joined us, this is the Mystery Zone, the zone where we make known the unknown with narratives involving real people at real places. This is a zone where we explain the unexplained. Tonight, we are talking politics made in Nigeria. Remember, come, February 25th, 2023, the citizens would queue to elect their new president. And someone may ask, why did we pick interest? Yes, we do, because if Nigeria gets it right, I believe, the positives would have some kind of, overlapping effect on countries within sub-region, if not the entire continent. And also, if they get it wrong, definitely the rippling effect will be felt by other countries within the sub-region. So, shouldn't surprise you that we have beamed our satellite on that nation tonight. Yes, comrade, in fact, we have little time, and it's unfortunate that we didn't start early because we have many issues to tackle, and we'll speak with the producer and see whether we can do this again. Yes, what would you say to those people, especially the young people today? I mean, this is no longer a social media kind of, craze where people just support, via social media. But it seems the candidacy of Mr. Peter Obi is gaining currency. And, the other time that we had some off-the-record discussion, it is evident that most of the polls, opinion polls, that have sampled views of most Nigerians, or some Nigerians, if you like, points to the, if you like, the potential presidency of Peter Obi. In other words, it is very likely that he's going to emerge as the next Nigerian president. How does that make you feel? And how does that make you feel? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, please.
Good. I'm saying that. So the opinion polls that we have all cited, that we have all read about, and these polls are very credible, and they are all predicting that, look, Peter Obi is likely going to be the next president of Nigeria come May, when it will be inaugurated. How does that make you feel? I like the laughter.
But I feel the opinion polls are quite very far from the reality.
But these opinion polls were relevant during the times of, Goodluck Jonathan, Maru Yaradua, and, even President Obasanjo, and what have you. So how come that today, because it is predicting that Peter Obi is going to emerge the winner, now, we are talking about the fact that the polls are not real? That's kind of double standard.
The scenario for the next election is different.
How do you mean?
You see, we have a situation where Tinubu already have his voters. He has his voters, don't forget that. I think he's ranking on 11 million votes, and people are saying, maybe Peter Obi has about 3 million from that 11 million. Okay, now where is Peter Obi going to get his vote from? From the Southeast? Southeast, you have just 5 states in the Southeast. Are they going to give him up to 2 million votes from Southeast? So, you see, the one thing why I still, at every moment, I still feel that Tinubu has an upper hand is he has not been able to displace it's going to work 100% for him. And don't forget that every single thing you say today about Buhari, we all had this same story in the 80s when he was military head of state. But after that time, in every election, he didn't go anything less than 8 million votes. No other human being in Nigeria can get that kind of vote in an election. No other human being, quote me any being can stand in Nigeria and get those number of votes from Nigerians. And this man is saying that I will work for Tinubu.
And whom are you referring to?
See, this
I think the network is off and on. Can you hear me, Obi? Are you there? Hello, comrade.
Information after his rule in the 8th.
Yeah, comrade, it seems we lost you briefly. Hello, comrade. Hello, comrade. Wow, I think the network is the network is crazy. Okay, I think listeners, I think that should be it. Tonight we will try and reconnect with our guests so that he can finish with his submission. And technology has not been very, very friendly with us tonight, but just when the show is getting interesting, this whole thing would, come up. And it's unfortunate that we couldn't actually land on a very good note with our guest. Hello, Obi, are you there? Hello, Obi,
Yes,
are you
please.
back? Good. Yes, you are making a submission before the network went off. Yeah, please can you round up for me? Well, listeners, I think that should be it for tonight on the Mystery Zone. We had wanted to, touch on one or two other issues, but we are still having issue connecting. But I think, our guest is back on the line, and the network is not really helping matters, and it's also so unfortunate that we would have to, call it a night, and hopefully we would, revisit this matter again come next week. When the whole thing is getting interesting, that is when the network will also start misbehaving, and that's unfortunate. And it's so unfortunate. And that does it tonight on the Mystery Zone. And the production is by Nashikakwe. And Uncle JB sorted me out technically. And hopefully next week, the same time, same studio, same place, will come your way with another sizzling episode of the Mystery Zone. Tonight we touched on politics made in Nigeria. Like I said before, come February 25th, 2023, the citizens would queue to vote for their new leader. And from our findings, what used to be a two-horse race, that is between the ruling party and the opposition, which is PDP and APC, there seems to have emerged a third force, in that part of the world, a third political force in the name of Mr. Peter Obi, who happens to be the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. In fact, many political watchers believe that the gentleman has what it takes to cause some kind of the biggest political upset to have visited, that part of the world. In fact, about 2 or 3 or 4 opinion polls have emerged that, come February 25th, 2023, the gentleman Peter Obi will be elected as the president of Nigeria. We'll see how that pans out, where, how he's going to surmount the mountainous political threat of these octogenarians like Ahmed Tinubu and, Atiku Abubakar. Well, that's it tonight on the Mystery Zone. We'll come your way again next week, Monday, with another sizzling edition. My name is Jesse Anderson. And like we say, or like we always say, stay strong. Do no wrong. Yes, live long where you belong. We'll see you next week, Monday. Bye-bye.